generate your schedule in bulk. To do so, you would select the Generate button here at the top right-hand corner of your screen. And by selecting the period of time here, you will generate any schedule that is visible on the page. But you can also do so in a more targeted way by using the grouping options, which are at the top left corner of your screen here, and by selecting any of your groups, your teams, your selected locations or agents, and just by hovering. So let's say that we have selected a few teams here, and you can just hover over the name of the actual team and press the plus button. This will generate all the schedule for all of your team members belonging to the messaging test team here for today. A very powerful thing to do is not only doing for the day, but you can also do it for the week or for the month. So you can literally generate all of your team's schedule for the entire month of December, or maybe January now. That would be even more effective for all of your team members. So here, this is a small team. There's only 3 members within that team, but obviously you can do exactly the same for a team of 20 people or 50 agents there. Okay, so that was just a quick reminder about generating your schedule. Now let's go about editing, deleting, or doing smooth actions on your schedule. So to do so, you have the bulk edit option, which is located just here. And when you expand that option, you have 4 different actions that you can take from your schedule page. And actually, these are going to be 5. So you can edit your shifts. And this is the section as well where you can bulk delete your shifts. You can add shifts, which means that you can change entirely a shift from one person. You can add a task, any general task to your shifts, or you can also add time off in bulk. So let's go through each and every single one of these options there. So let's say that for my team, messaging test team, I have Aaron and Caroline that are currently starting their day a little bit later than Jan. And so Jan is starting at 8:15. Yeah, I want to say 8:15. Am I reading that right? It's too early in the morning. Well, let's say I want for Aaron and Caroline to start at 9. They're starting a little bit later, but I want to move forward both of their shift there. So I'm going to select the edit shifts option here. And here, what I would do is I can select any group, any location, or any team. So I'm going to select the team messaging test. Okay. And here, I want to press filter result to bring forward the agents that do belong to the messaging test team. Okay, that's just done. And so here, if the page will say like this with no action, no call for action, what you would need to do is to tick agent or select the specific agents for which you want to edit the shift for. And so you can see that at the bottom of the page here, you have edit shift. If you expand that option, you actually have 2 options. You can either bulk delete those shifts. And if you do that, please be careful in the sense that this will be permanent. You have a pop-up window that will ask you again if you are really sure to delete your shift. So please, this is a 2-step process, but as a scheduler, we have 1,000,001 things to do. So this is the reason why we are adding this extra layer of protection here. But please remember that this is very permanent. We're going to cancel for now. What we want to do is to move those shifts. So there's 2 things that you can do. You can either change the start time or you can change the end time for your shift. So we're going to go ahead and change the start time. So you can either select specific time or you can select the relative adjustments. So if you select the specific time, we are changing the start time for the 18th of December. You can say, well, I want my I want the shift, and actually I'm just going to move, if I remember well, Caroline and Aaron, I'm gonna keep Jan there, where he's starting. So I want to move Caroline and Aaron for a start time of 9 instead of 9:45. So I can just select 9. Remember, this is an AM, PM hourly logic. So here, once you select the 9, you can select either 9 AM or 9 PM. And you can just do this. You press OK, and it triggers the change. If they start at 9:45 and you want to bring it forward to 9, you can select the relative adjustment section here. And what you would do is that you can either select the plus or the minus. And then what you want to do is to remove 45 minutes. You want them to start 45 minutes earlier. And in the same way, that will bring them forward to a starting time of 9 instead of 9:45. So let's just select that option for now and then press OK. And then it's going to move the start time of the shift for that team. Okay, and you can see that both shifts are now highlighted in light yellow. And this means that those shifts are for admin view only and have not been shared with the agent yet. To go back to the white background, what you would need is to publish those shifts and make them visible to your agents. And so that's for the editing shift part. Okay, so let's now go to another bulk option that you have available on the bulk edit section here. You have the option to add shift. So when, excuse me, when you do so, you will basically have access to all the shifts from all the location that you have created, and you can change. So you may have different use case, but maybe one of your agent, which is currently located in Ireland, will now be working from Lisbon next week. And so and actually, let's take another example, because maybe you want to do that for time zone purposes. So maybe your agent is based in Ireland and is going to be based in Madrid. There's not a dramatic change there, but you just want to make sure that the shift is in the right time zone, and there's just an hour difference, and that's an easy way to do so. And so here you can select any shift that you've created on your location section, apply it here, select a date range. So maybe that user is going to work from Madrid next week, from the 23rd through to the 28th. And then you're going to select your agents. And when you do so, you can search by group, team, location, and agent. And if you select a specific agent, this means that this will override the default shift that this agent has been assigned to in the location section. And that agent is going to work from, is going to be assigned on a shift that had originally been set up in the Madrid location for the selected date that you've selected here. By ticking the box, you are saying to the system, well, let's overwrite this regardless of the location rule that you've set. So just to clarify, we mean by location rule here is everything that you've set up within your location section. And maybe I'm just going to open this quickly. Let's take, yeah, I'm going to open this from here. So anything that you've set up on any of your location here, this is the settings. So this is going to override any specific hour that you may have set, especially if you're scheduling from another time zone. And if it is an automated shift with automatic shift requirement, this is going to override anything, basically disregard any settings that you've set up on this section as well. And so that's what the a little tick here means. You just add the shift is going to regenerate, and appear as well with a light yellow color. And you will just need to publish again the shift for your agent there. One other thing that you can do in bulk is to add a task to any shift. So let's say that for my messaging test team here, there's going to be a team meeting at 11 for all team members. So I'm just going to add a task here, and I'm going to select an available task here. So here you will have all your work streams available, but also all your general tasks. So I'm just going to select meeting. I want the meeting to start at 11. So the same. And here I'm going to select 11 a.m. And the meeting is typically going to last for 30 minutes here. Oop. Okay. Perfect. You can set such task as recurring by sliding the cursor here, and you can set the task to happen every Wednesday at 11 for numbers of days or of weeks, and to happen on specific days as well, with an end date for the recurrence um, to occur. You can also add a note, and maybe if this is a meeting, you can say, well, the meeting is going to be in room, I don't know, 34B. And this is going to appear as well for on your agent schedule. So if you select agents there, we can select Aaron, Caroline, and Jan, or we can directly select the team here. And this is the messaging test team. Perfect. So let's select the team members. We have 3 agents within that team. Okay. And let's add the task for, actually, let's going to add the task for today for now. Okay, perfect. Okay, and you can see that the task is added here for today. You can add such task for 3 agents, 20 agents. You can add it for the next month, every Wednesday at 11, etc. And here, when you over the actual task, then you can see the notes and you can see the start and the end time of your task. Okay, so now all 3 schedules are highlighted in yellow. You would need to share all your changes with the agents for them to be able to visualize these. And then the last thing that we can do is to add some time off in bulk. Same principle, you would select bulk edit at the top right corner of your screen, select add time off here. You will select a reason which has been set up under the time of reason section. So these have been configured by admins. And let's say that you have a business closure happening. This is the time of the year, so maybe your business is going to close for a few days in December. And here you can choose between partial and full day. Now, if you select full day, the entire 24-hour period is going to be selected. If you select if you select a partial day, then you will have to so you can either select a partial time within the shift from 9 to 10:30 or 3:11, or you can select the entire shift. In this case, you would select from 9 to 2:15, if I'm not mistaken there. Okay, so let's go for it. Annual business closure, partial time off for let's say today. Okay, and you can select several days. You can say tomorrow as well, and let's select Friday. Okay, so your business is going to be closed for the rest of the week. This is nice. Okay, so and we change it to 9, and then the end time, if I remember well, it's 2 15 to 15 p.m. Okay, so more or less the entirety of your shift is going to be closed there for that team. Okay, and let's select the messaging test team with your 3 agent. When everything is set up and you have all your days here, you can add some time off. Okay, and you can see that the time off has been applied within the hours that I've selected, and we're just going to have a quick peek as well at tomorrow. Tomorrow as well, there is some business closure, and the day after as well. Okay, and so these are the 4, 5 bulk action that you can take directly from the schedule page. Before we go into the time off and shift trade, we're just going to have a quick peek at the agent view and how is this visualized from an agent perspective. So to go to an agent view, you can now go back and forth from the tool through to Zendesk support. You would just select your product tray here at the top right corner of your screen, and then you would select support, and this is where you can go as an agent directly from your agent workspace. So here is my agent workspace. Okay, and so I have the 2 WFM icon, one at the top right corner here, where I can view all the tracking information. Okay, which would go back to a selected ticket. Once a ticket is open, perfect, I can clock into my general task. And the other icon that I can see from an agent perspective is located at the left hand side corner here. And this is where agent will be able to visualize their own schedule, visualize their team schedule, request some time off, and also request some shift trade. So let's have a look at my own schedule there for today. Perfect. So I am just out of a training, and I see that very, very shortly I'm going to go to a meeting. I can see as an agent my time off request, both ones that are pending approval from my managers, but also ones that have been recently approved. And I can also see some shift trade there. So as an agent, I have put some shift to be offered to other agents and to be traded. So the way that I can request a time off, first of all, is by selecting the time off request icon at the top right hand corner here. This is going to create a pop-up window. As an agent, I can select time off reasons, which have been configured by admin and managers having the right access and permissions to the tool. And I can select any of the available reasons there. So let's say that, tomorrow on Friday, I have a doctor's appointment in the morning. So the same principle, I can request a partial time off or the entire day. So we are at the 18th. Well, let's see on Friday. So I'm going to request on Friday. And then I'm going to I'm going to leave that. So my doctor's appointment is going to be from 8 to 9 a.m. just for an hour. And actually, it's not I can say, actually, it's not the doctor's, it's the dentist appointment. But I can leave any notes, and all the notes that I will leave here will be directly accessed by my team manager, who will not only receive an email notification of the time of request, but will also be able to approve or deny the time of request through the tool. So let's, and so that's for the 20th of December. Perfect. Let's request the time of here. And when I do so, I can see that there is the doctor's appointment request that appears on my schedule and that it's pending approval. And I can also see that this is pending here. Okay, so now let's go to the admin view. As an admin, I can, as an admin and as a manager, provided I have the right roles and permissions set up, then I can access the time of management section here by hovering over the schedule icon and selecting time of management. Okay, time for the system to load here. So while it's doing so, again, provided I have the right roles and permission here, I can collapse all the teams or see or expand all the teams at the same time. I can see the pending requests, which are loading right now, or I can go to the closed request as well. The closed requests are the requests that, and it's going to load as well. This is a demo account, so there's a lot of requests that have been closed and a lot that are pending. But all the closed requests are compiling requests that have been approved previously. So here you can reopen the request if you have the right permissions to do so, or you can deny the request or reopen and respond with a comment. Let's go to the pending one and then have the system loading again, which you can, and you can do exactly the same. With the pending one, you can approve and deny. So I can see that the request that I've sent is the latest that appears on the list. I can filter here by date requested. So that's going to show either the latest request or the least recent that has been sent. Exactly. So the most previous one or the furthest one is from the 17th of August 2022, and I'm going to revert it back to have the latest request that has been sent through from an agent. Okay, so that's a quick way to see which are the latest one. So I can see the name of the requester, the time of reason, what type of request it is, if this is a full or a partial one, the time of period that is requested, and the date. So here I can either approve automatically, or I can click on the three dots here to have a little bit more options there. Approve, deny, or respond with comments. So let's say that I'm going to approve the request. This is fine. You can see that the time off is approved. The system is updating. And now the request is actually out from this pending section and is going to appear on the closed section. Before we see what it looks like from an agent perspective, I just would like to highlight this new setting option which you have here, which allow you to automatically set rule for approval for your time of request. So to create a rule, you just need to slide the cursor. You can have a quick name for your rule, which can correspond to a specific team or maybe a specific use case that you have within your teams of company. You can select the teams for which you would like this rule to apply. So it can be just one team or it can be multiple teams at the same time. And you can set up some rule here. So let's say that time of request will automatically be approved if there is less than one person with the time off per day, or maybe there is less than 3 people with time off per week, etc. And you can set up different rules for your different teams and a variety of rules there. So that's another automation that you can set up to save your admins and scheduler time and have your agent's request pre-approved without having the need for your managers and admins to come and manually approve requests within the tool. Okay. Let's have a look as well at the other section that you can manage as a manager and admin, which is okay. So I can see that this has been approved here as a manager, and it's just a matter of a few minutes for it to appear on your agent's timeline. Oh yeah, I see now. This has to be published as well again for the agents to be able to see this. So let me have a look and check here as well. If this is what is happening there. No, it is published, so it's fine. It's just going to refresh again and see if that does the trick. Okay, right, let's have a look in a few minutes there. Okay, yeah. So we can see that the doctor's appointment has gone from the pending section on the left-hand side of your screen down to the recently approved section here. It's for the 20th of December from 8 to 9, and it appears here on your schedule as approved as well. Okay. So another thing that agent can do within their team view schedule is to visualize the schedule for their team. And here you can configure it as well so that they can only see their own schedule, or they will be able to see the schedule for themselves or their team, or they will be able to view the entire organization schedule. If they go to a team schedule option, they can see the start time of their teammate schedules, as well as the duration for their schedules. You can see as well little icon here. This is this indicates that there is a shift that is open for trading here, and that's the kind of thing as well that you can see from the team view schedule. So let's go back to a single view schedule. As an agent, I can offer some of my shift to be traded by selecting the shift trade option at the top right corner of my screen. And when I do so, there are two options that appear. I can either trade my own shift, or I can view available shift from a pool. So let's say that I want to trade one of my shifts. Let's say that I want to trade tomorrow, Thursday the 19th. So there are different use cases. You can trade shifts for and take a shift for the same day. So let's say that there are other type of tasks that I need to work on, and we agreed with one of my team members to change our shift. I can trade a shift for the 19th and take another shift for the 19th. This is also true for different dates. You can trade a shift for the 19th and then open and then accept another shift from someone else from a completely different date. If you trade your own shift and do not take another shift for the same day, your shift will just disappear from your schedule page. Okay, so let's say that I want to trade a shift, my shift for the 19th. I select the date. This is recapping the type of shift that I have, 6 a.m. to 2 p.m., 8-hour shift. I can choose to make my shift available to everyone, or maybe to people in my location, or just for my team there. And I can either select an ideal, return shift date. So this ideal shift date will be visible to other agents. However, and other agents will still be able to offer you another date, regardless of the ideal ship date that you've provided. So let's say that I want to have actually another shift on the 19th. I just would like to work on different tasks, and then I can send trade request. Okay, and so the same principle as the time off, all your pending trade requests are located here as an agent view from your left-hand side. Now, as an admin, let's go back to the tool. And the shift trade management can be viewed by admin and managers with the right roles and permission by hovering over the schedule icon here and selected shift trade management. Now, the same as for the time off management, you can collapse or expand all your team folders here. And you can see that there's been a few shifts that are pending trade. Now, here you have the settings for the shift trade. And this is where, as an admin, you can allow for your agents to use that option or not. Now, by default, a manager's approval is required. This means that, and I'm going to save that again, this means that even if as an agent I send a shift to be traded, this is going to automatically send an email notification to people in my team in the example that I've just set earlier. Then if someone in my team accepts the trade, it will still need, once the trade is accepted by the team member, it would still need manager's approval here. Now, as an agent, I can also not only offer some of my shifts to be traded, but I can also accept shifts that are available to take from the shift pool. And to do that, I will go to the shift trade icon here, view the shift pool, and then I can see any available shift that have been offered to be traded for either all dates or for specific dates as well. So I can see that, let's say that I want to see for this date or that I want to see for all dates. Now I can see that Alicia has offered a shift to be traded, and I'm okay with that one actually, so I want to take it. So I'm going to take it there. I can see that Alicia would prefer receiving a shift for December the 26th in return. Okay. I'm going to send my offer. Okay, perfect. So the trade has been offered there. And then if Alicia is happy with trading the 31st of December against what she initially offered to me, which was the 19th, then it will appear on the shift trade management section and be down for approval by an admin. Okay, and so this is what agent can do from their agent workspace. They can also change their time zone picker and see their shift in any preferred time zone that they wish. This is not going to change anything on the tool, but this is just for their view. And there is also an option to push for teams using Google Calendar. There is an option to push your schedule through to GCal there.